Hello everyone, or maybe I should say hello to all three of you that are watching. My name is Mark, and I live on the eastern shore of Maryland. This video, and I hope others, is actually me looking for advice. Please listen and see if maybe you have some input to this journey I am on. First, allow me to give you a quick rundown of my background. I've been in law enforcement for about 30 years. Originally, I majored in electrical engineering and worked in radio and television for many years. Thus, my background interests were in electronics. My last job in television was as a technical director for the CBS television network in New York City. And here is a picture of me doing Channel 2 News out of New York as the technical director. So how did I get from radio and television to law enforcement? When I was 17 years old in 1968, yeah, I guess you can figure my age from that one, I took several tests at the FCC field office in Miami, Florida. Notice the picture of me in 1968 at Lafayette Radio in Trenton, New Jersey. I worked there in high school. Notice the vacuum tubes behind me. Remember them? My specialty was vacuum tubes and Sam's PhotoFact. If you don't know what Sam's PhotoFact is, I'll let you research it. I took the Novice Technician General and Advanced Amateur tests all on the same day, not to mention I also took the third, second, and first class radio telephone license exams that afternoon. The licenses in the early 2000s were changed to the General Radio Telephone License. God forbid we added third or second class to anything that we do, but don't get me started on that. The reason I originally got into law enforcement, very late in life I might add, was because I wanted to be a forensic video and computer examiner. I did this for 10 years with many successes, from putting people away for up to 35 years for child porn and molestation, to recovering lost files for evidence. Well, along the way, I was so busy that I let the grace period expire for my advanced license. So recently I passed the general exam, and by way of the Vanity Licensing Program, got my call sign back from 1968. WB2AHH, William Baker 2, Alpha Hotel Hotel. In order to benefit from having a license long ago, I had to prove to the FCC I possessed such a license. Apparently, the FCC had proof of my license on microfiche, but because of COVID, they are working from home and can't access the files. So I found a 1987 call book online, and sure enough, I was listed and all was fine with the FCC. So that's the short version of my background, but I need your help after all these years of being out of the loop. I plan on getting back into ham radio in steps. The first step is my tower, antennas and coax into the shack. If you look at this picture of the tower from 2008, that is where I will begin. I live in the country and don't have access to high-speed internet. That has since been corrected by using 5G cellular. One day I was driving through a local city in 2008 and saw this tower erected with nothing on it. It looked brand new, so I stopped in and asked about the tower. It's a Roan BX64. The owner told me he made a mistake buying it, and if I wanted it, make him an offer. I offered $200, and to my surprise, he agreed. His only stipulation was that I got it off the property within 48 hours. So I had an idea and called radio maintenance at the police department. They gave me the name of their tower guy. The department has a 340-foot commercial tower, and this guy is the climber. I called the tower guy, and lo and behold, he was doing a job right around the corner from where the tower was. He said for $150 he could come over in 20 minutes and would break the tower down, load it in my pickup for me. 2 hours later, I was heading home with my new tower. You will also notice that in the 2008 picture versus the picture taken recently, I had built a small pole barn for my tractor and lawn tools, and also tore down and rebuilt the two-car garage, my new man cave. But back to the tower. I did a rough drawing of the way the tower was supposed to go in. It took a 4 foot by 4 foot by 4 foot block of concrete with rebar in it on the base. Well, if you look at the next picture, my plans were kind of put on another direction. Due to excessive rain that year, the original hole kept filling with water. We pumped it out as fast as we could, and instead of the required 3 yards of concrete, it turned out to be 11 yards. This picture shows the shape of the concrete pour that we actually did. I don't think the tower is going anywhere. It's got one hell of a ball on it. If you notice at the top of the tower, there's a small vertically polarized antenna. That was my original internet. It worked fairly well until the company went bankrupt. The majority of these pictures were taken recently and all the trees are barren of leaves. Normally you can't see anything but 90 to 110 foot trees covered in green. So to my actual point, I now want to get this tower ready for ham radio. I will install a rotor, Mosley tri-band, probably a T833M like Mary, and Mosley's 2 and 6 meter antenna to start. I can't afford to rent a boom for $2,500 a week, so I want to tilt the tower down, take my time, and work on this tower, and then tilt it back up. I figure I'll put 1/2-inch aircraft cable at the 40-foot level, and then tie that off to a pulley at 40 feet from a large pine tree 50 feet behind the tower. Then use my tractor or pickup to gently lay it down. There's a picture here of the base I used, and if I had it to do over again, I would have opted for the hinged base instead, but I'm stuck with what's there. It's been a while since I tilted a tower, so I'm asking for advice. Please comment and help me out with the mechanics of lowering the tower. Any help or criticism would be appreciated. After 30 years in law enforcement, not much is going to offend me. I have already put in 3-inch Schedule 40 PVC for the coax runs and have ordered the parts for the first phase of getting back on the air. I will try to put together videos of the work as I go, even if it ends up being a catastrophe. I want to thank you for watching, and I look forward to advice from all of you. God bless America, and everyone please be safe.